Alright, so what you're going to do is on that first page at the very top, you're going to write down the words table of contents. In this section here, we're going to be able to organize all of our information so you can look back and find all of the topics that you need to go back and look at. After you write the table of contents, you're going to skip a line and write down Unit 1 solving. As we go through the different units, I want us to relabel so we have everything divided up between the different units that we're going to be working on. After we have the Unit 1 solving down, we're going to skip a line. On the left-hand side of that red line, you're going to write page number, and then on the right-hand side, you're going to write topic. So this is just labeling what's going to be here. So what we're doing today is we're focusing on how to take good notes while you're watching a video. So on the very first page of our notes, you're going to write, it's going to be page number 1, and our topic is going to be how to take notes. So as we keep going, we're going to skip lines, and then the next topic we'll do, you'll write page, whatever page we end up going on for after we do all the how to take notes, and then the next topic. So you just need to be paying attention to what page we're going to be working on next. And as you move through the notebook, you're going to be labeling your pages 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. And again, it's just going to organize things for you and make things a little bit easier for you to find. So what you're going to do is skip maybe 1 or 2 pages. Let's skip 2 pages, and we'll put the number 1 at the very bottom. So that's going to be our very first page that we're going to be working on. And again, we're working in Unit 1 solving. So again, as we go through the different units, we want to relabel. And then what you want to do is on the left-hand side, you're going to write the date, and we're going to keep track of every single date that we're going to do. And obviously, you're going to put in today's date. And then in order to kind of go along with our table of contents, you want to label this as well on how to take notes. So again, on the left-hand side of that red line, you're going to write today's date, and on the right-hand side, you're going to label whatever the topic is we're talking about. And again, today is how to take notes, and it should match your table of contents. So what we're going to be talking about today involves taking notes, and you're probably thinking about, well, how do I decide what's important when I'm listening to our videos, or what will I use these notes for? And we're definitely going to go over exactly what they're used for. And then how can I make this information stick? And it really comes down to the types of notes that you're going to be taking. So what I want to do with you today is work on strategies on how you're going to be taking notes. And as you go, please fill them in that notebook that you did there. The first thing that you want to do is take down keywords and concepts, not entire sentences. It's going to take you too long to write things down. Develop some kind of system that's going to work for you. This can include abbreviations or symbols, and maybe you want to write down a key somewhere, whether it be in the very back of your composition notebook or somewhere around there or on the side, and that's going to make sense to you. And it doesn't have to be the same thing as your friend or your teammate there in your group, but just make sure it's something that makes sense to you so you can look back and be like, oh, okay, I remember what this is here. After you develop a system and you write down those keywords, the next thing you want to do is look for word clues. For example, if I say, these are the reasons why, that means I want you to list for something important, and then I'm going to go through and list them. I'm going to say first this, second this, third this. Now keep in mind, with math, there is a lot of steps that need to be taken. So whenever we imply that there are steps that I want you to follow, that's what we really want you to write down. Other things you might hear, and most important, and that's usually when we're wrapping things up, or a major development or something like that. So you want to be listening to those key words as we go through. So now as you're watching the videos, that we also tend to highlight our keywords, or we can make them very bold. And any section, when we come to new things, there's going to be a new heading. So those are the types of things we want to write down. Now keep in mind this is a video, so you can pause and rewind or move forward and so on and so forth. So if it does take you longer to write things down, feel free to do so. And then since this is a math class, one of the most important things that you want to do are write down your examples. We're going to have so many examples as we go through these videos, and it's so important that you have them down because you then are going to use those the next day in class as for your warm-up and then the classwork for the day, and even then on the quizzes that we're going to be taking every week. So make sure you're doing those because they are very, very important. And then finally, once the video is done and you are finished, you want to review your notes, and you want to make sure that they are correct and accurate, and that they are complete, that you haven't left anything out. Again, the power of the videos is you can rewind if you need to, you can fast forward, and you can pause, and you can do everything on your own time. Well, hopefully after this you have now been able to get a successful idea on how you want to take notes. I hope that we will have a successful year in the flipped classroom.